A budget meant to protect D.C. services is now raising a bigger question. Who really has the final say over the city's money? Just hours ago, the D.C. Council approved the 2027 budget, which now heads to Mayor Muriel Bowser's desk before congressional approval. Rafael Sanchez-Cruz joining us now. Rafael, so they passed the budget, but you're saying that the fight may not be over.
Yeah, yet another battle over D.C.'s budget, Annie. So let me explain. There's a few issues here. Some D.C. residents say vital city services are being underfunded, but D.C.'s chief financial officer is now threatening to declare the budget unbalanced. There's concerns that if the CFO does this, it could open the door for Republicans on Capitol Hill to intrude on D.C.'s finances again.
On Bill 26-658, final reading, all those in favor say aye.
The D.C. Council has approved the fiscal year 2027 budget, rolling back Mayor Muriel Bowser's proposed cuts to popular programs like paid family leave and the fund that increases pay for early childhood educators.
What is before the council today is a much better version of the budget than what the mayor presented to us.
But a group of D.C. residents who rallied at the Wilson building say it's not enough.
We deserve better than the budgets that we have been given for the last few years.
Advocates accuse the council of leaving massive holes in vital health care and housing programs.
We need to put the money back in the voucher system. We don't have enough funding, and for the ones who have vouchers, they are subject to lose their vouchers.
Many of these advocates believe that we should be raising taxes and that somehow that's going to pay for everything. It doesn't even come close to what their demands have been.
The D.C. Council used $150 million from city reserves to restore funding for social programs. Their move is now drawing a warning from D.C. Chief Financial Officer Glenn Lee, who says he could declare the budget unbalanced.
The amount that is in this budget is small, less than 6% of the total reserve funds.
Chairman Mendelson says Lee is overstepping, and the council is seeking legal advice to determine how to move forward.
Yeah, today the D.C. Council also approved a major win for the estimated 86,000 independent voters who live in the district. They allocated $1.1 million over the next 4 years to fund and implement semi-open primaries. This was part of Initiative 83 that brought ranked choice voting to D.C. This means that by 2028, independent voters will be able to vote in primary elections. Again, a huge deal. Essentially what happened, Annie, they funded half of this, which was ranked choice voting, which we saw during the primaries recently. But as for the independent voter part of this, they hadn't funded it. They're making a huge move. Some saying that it's important to do this because a lot of people in D.C. have decided to change their political affiliation to independent over concerns that the Trump administration might take aim at them, especially when we're talking about cuts to the federal workforce.
Well, speaking of cuts, we heard from some, residents in D.C. making a case for some of the programs that are going away. Is there any hope for them?
Well, essentially, look, the D.C. Council is using these funds that the CFO is now fighting over to help these funds, to help save these programs. The D.C. Council stands by their decisions. These are programs that were not included in the mayor's proposed budget.
All right, Rafael Sanchez-Cruz, thank you.